That can't be English, that has to be French. And some of them just talk the most, like they know it all. But if the ground water slip and I fall, it's them so go I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and you are no beef. I is the police and you is the thief. The people you think is your friend, them only they cause you have money to spend. And some of them just talk the most, like they know it all. But when your head hot and can't see your way, who you just call? I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Live with JB Season 3, Episode 4, courtesy Catch Wave Solutions and the Pride of Tobago Foundation. I ain't seen nobody touch down on the comments yet, so I want to know where all your day. I apologize for starting a few minutes late, so don't feel we in no show. We outside this Friday evening. Miss Sharon, first in class today. Understand? A special good evening to you, Miss Sharon. Where is Miss Cheryl? Miss Cheryl, where you there? You lost? So a special good evening to Uncle Fred, Mr. Wizard of Oz, Miss Cheryl, Miss Sharon, Miss Jojo, Miss Donna, Miss Annette, Miss Mary. I don't know where they, but by calling the name, they might come out. Miss Isis, Miss Simone, Miss Karen, Miss Anella, Miss Julia, Teresa, where you there? Where is Katie? Where is Randy? Where is Kim? Oh Lord, where everybody they are calling all by name this evening. Where all of them are not seen all at all. And a special good evening to all the guests that is backstage at this time. And an even more special good evening to a wee walking encyclopedia, Dr. Rita, who always backstage and ready to come on live with JB. A special good evening to you. Also, a special good evening to the sponsors of Live with JB and the directors for Live with JB as well, Miss Arlene and Miss Lyons. A special good evening to you all. And I hope you all are ready for this evening show. I don't know where everybody is. So those of you all who tune in, let's share up the live because I want to say a special thank you to Miss Julia Matthews. Last week, I said a special thank you to her as well because she seemed to be one of the top supporters who always sharing the live. You understand? She understand the assignment. You know, so she always sharing. So a special thank you to you, Miss Julia Matthews. And I guess some competition by Bago Fire, Randy, Miss Annette. They give you some competition. They also shared up the live last week to have others tuned in. So thank you very much for sharing the live. I see Miss Jessica Rich. That's what we're talking about. Miss Jessica, all you have to do is press reshare. So others go know. Hello, the thing about a start. You understand? We're not missing out this evening show at all. Not for nothing. Because this evening show, it is entitled 2022 Mining We Business. Ahwee Homeboys Rebuilding Tobago on all fronts. You hear? Very interesting show this evening here for you all. So, just want to let you know. Hear what? Those of all who missed the intro song, Mind Your Business, I want to play a piece in it in pan for you. It's like about a minute long. So while I play that, I want everybody to share the live so others go tune in. I got to take the opportunity to share it as well on my page. So let me work now. Let the thing start. That's what we're talking about. Big up Kishan Julian. Understand? Sweet pan that telling all are we gonna drink water and mind we business in 2022. Big up Kishon. That pan was too sweet. You understand? Too sweet. So all I know, all a girl minding she business because this year me and ready come out to play. You ever just had too much I want to do this or I want to go here? Yeah, I am one of those. I think since I was a little girl watching Home Alone on TV, I had that dream to be and to go certain places in life. And 2022, I ain't playing. I ain't ramping and I ain't skinning with nobody. You understand? I minding my business. I want to build my career. You understand? With the support of all the amazing people that I have around, behind, to the side, and in front of me, including my sponsors. So here now, man, I like you ready to mind your business in 2022. So I just want to let her know, Miss Cheryl, your girl start she book. I have started writing my book, Dr. Rita. You're backstage and I know you're smiling big because your girl care done right. So first project I started was my book. I started writing down stuff, jotting down stuff. So maybe who knows? The book might release sometime at the end of this year or maybe before. We don't know. But we're looking for great things in 2022. Also, I wanna go full. I wanna start. You understand? Being a brand ambassador. So people like Miss Donna, you understand? Kishon, Mr. Derek, everybody else could, depend on me to be their brand ambassador. You understand? Also, I have an idea that I want to do. I also want to be it might sound a bit weird. Sometimes we have the vision, but it go seem kind of awkward until we bring the vision alive. But what I want to do, I want to be people personal photographer and videographer. Why I keep turning away from the computer. I want to be people personal media person. So if you come to Tobago or if you are in Tobago and you want to tour the island and you want someone to capture images and videos, hello, I would be here to do it for you all at a reasonable cost. So don't fight up on yourself. I want to do that. So big things coming and all you look out. 2022 we ain't playing. As I said, the vision might sound a little weird. But don't worry, when all they want to go and tour and go all over Tobago, I go be there to capture it for you. Beautiful memories. So I also started cooking class with Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl is back from Dubai. Miss Cheryl and Miss Sharon, Dubai, nothing. They're back home. You understand? And they're tuning into live with JB. So I've already started cooking class. And those of y'all who know me, listen to me cooking class doing me well. I'm probably wondering why this big girl now learning to cook. But don't worry, it have a story behind that. No, it's not the time for that story. But you're gonna hear it one day. But at least I am learning and it's never too late. So Miss Cheryl, your work cut out. Organize yourself. Understand? And all I don't know too, I continue in my gym with Mr. Dane. I'm doing my counseling, my dental appointments, and all these different things going on. So 2022, we holding the bull by the horn and we will chat how 2022 will go. This pandemic won't define us. Let we define this pandemic and let great things come out of all of us. Whether we are young entrepreneurs, big entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, and listen to me, even if you're a baby entrepreneur, hello, great things in 2022. You understand? A special good evening. I see all the tuning in, Miss Michelle. You're rich. Good evening to you. Waiting patiently on that book. Don't worry, man. It'll come soon. It'll come soon, 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 soon. So we're gonna go straight into the safety message now because all you know, the coronavirus jumping up in Tobago like it's carnival. While people preparing for carnival, people don't start the private zest and the private lime for Juve and all kind of nonsense that take place within Trinidad and Tobago already. Cases rising and people continue to die. So I want you all to please be very careful out there. Wear all the mask, stay in all your house, put on an earphone like mine, or put on a music box, listen to some carnival music and jump up and dance. Pretend you're in a party. Close your eyes and visualize it there. You understand? And have fun home. Have some clean fun. And I don't know about all there, but some of these things don't really bother me again. This pandemic changed me. Sometimes I go feel for a little lime outside, but I don't think I had the strength and the energy to go and do juvie and thing as I used to before. So it not there anymore. But those of you all who excited for this thing, please remember to value your life. You understand? So I'm gonna share a special safety message from Mr. Kevin Millento, yes, from the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association.
Hey guys, this is Kevin Molino here. While we all are doing our part by social distancing, I just want to take this time off to thank all the doctors around the world, all the healthcare workers around the world who have put their life on the line for us. Continue following the guidelines, keep your surroundings clean and sanitized. After all, I hope we have some sort of humanity towards each other after this situation. And we have a lot of positive. We have a lot of time we can spend with our family, loved ones. Take advantage of it. God bless. We're gonna come out of this stronger.
So all you don't know, you see, all you get packaging nice, sweet, and well packaged. So thank you so much, Mr. Kevin, for that beautiful, short, and direct safety message. Also, what I want to share with you all, also, please remember, thank you. Remember to please wear all your masks, wash all your hands, social distance. I always say this to you all. Walk with all your hand sanitizer, walk with all your beep, whatever spray you all could walk with it and use it while you all are out there. And please go and get vaccinated. Okay? I love all of you all, and hello, Christmas around the corner again. And I want to celebrate Christmas with all you again. I love Christmas, so I got to talk about it still. So I just want to take a minute before I go further to do two things. One of the things is I want to say a very special thank you to one of Live with JB supporters and one of my personal friend as well, Miss Pamela Nelson. I received my long Christmas gift. You understand, from Miss Pamela all the way from Trinidad. It is volume 1 and volume 2. Dr. Rita, I feel we had to have some Zoom classes for these books here. It's about the changing society of Tobago, 1838, volume 1 and volume 2 by Susan Gray James. So a special thank you to you, Miss Pamela Nelson, and all the girl have a lot of reading to do. So we in skylarking. And second thing, before I bring out my first reveal for this evening, I just want everybody to know, because we in 2022 and we got have new viewers. So I just want to remind you all, because people always wonder, the thing that when they're coming on a show, you're supposed to be talking a particular way, you should be dressing a particular way. So, just to put all the disclaimer out there, when you come on live with JB, you get things authentic. You understand? We talking local. We talking Tobago. You understand? So sit back, relax on yourself, and we're going to enjoy the show together this evening. Hey, Miss Gloria, you reach. A special good evening to you, darling. And remember, Michelle, Miss Jessica, and Miss Gloria, you all share up the live so other people would tune in. I don't know, like today has some kind of lime somewhere. People run and like they're going to party. Hello. So let me bring out my first guest. We have a very special guest by the name of Dynamic Derek. All you ever hear that name in Tobago here? Dynamic Derek. But before I bring out the Dynamic Derek, all I watch this intro of Dynamic Derek. Well, let's see that there. That is what you call dynamic. You understand? So let me bring out the boss man himself. Because say what, like he multi-talented. Well, not like because you could see, we all could see he's multi-talented. So let me get down. I know we're supposed to be drinking water and minding our business, but let me mind some in Mr. Derek business this evening. Good evening, Mr. Derek.
Good evening, JB. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited to be here.
Yeah, man. Um, where's tuning in from, Mr. Derek?
I am in my wife's office in Signal Hill.
Lord,
So that's why you see all the
oh Lord.
all the
Mm-hmm.
charts, the kids and all the resources. So yes, I'm borrowing a space.
All right. So first thing first, before we go further, I really want to apologize one thing to you. Sometimes
What's
things
that?
just happen, but I feel it's because you're too dynamic. That will cause this. Me and have your headline and then self-seeing it here. So my apologies for that. I don't know what went on here, but I'm not seeing it. So I feel it's because you're too dynamic. You didn't need one probably. I know what's going on there. But you hearing me? You frozen? Or is it me? Where is you all? Could you all backstage let me know if you all could see or hear? Oh, he is frozen. Okay, cool. Because I thought it was me. Okay, he frozen. He don't worry, mind his business, but don't worry, we gonna mind it anyway. I'm gonna just take him off and put him back on. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, he's literally frozen on that spot there. What we gonna do? We need to mind your business, Mr. Dynamic Derek. Where are you? Don't freeze up on me. Where he gone? Oh, he fall off literally now. So Dynamic Derek now wants we to mind his business, but all we have to mind his business anyway. So let me wait 2 minutes, 2 seconds to see where if he's gonna come back. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna give him a minute. All right, I hear a ping. He's back.
Yes.
All right,
So
dynamic,
that
dynamic, Derek. I says mind your business. You don't mind your business. Say player freezing up and all kind of thing there. Careful, careful.
uh, I do
First of
what
all,
about
I want to let the audience know one thing. Let's see this dynamic Derek here is me. I who allow him to win game 2021 tournament because I couldn't be a part of him. Because if I was there, he cocktail was booked. He didn't know that, but now he know. You
mm,
understand? It's I who allow him to win that game because I couldn't be there. You understand? I wonder if for them make out the face at all. so, Mr. Derek, what going
yes.
on? Where you born and grown in Tobago? Tell me.
I
I won't mind
I
what's in that
grew
business.
my energy business. All right. I grew up in Hope, just above the government
Ooh,
farm in Hope. Yep.
make
So
up
you can
hope.
say yeah, man. I grew up
So, mm-hmm.
heavy in agriculture because my dad was a vet and my mom worked in the
Oh,
lab. So, and I took
yeah.
care of animals from birth, you could say.
I'm not gonna
Growing up,
say you're born into that.
yeah,
Yeah,
born into it.
basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So it gave me a lot of responsibility early. That's one thing I could say no. At the time, it wasn't that much fun, but
Oh,
everybody could hang out and lime, and you have to come back home
true,
to feed up. Yeah, so
true. You had commitments.
yep.
That's good, man. It helped it. It groom you to be a
Yeah.
responsible adult now. You
True,
understand?
true.
But I see that you're into sports and construction now. How you
Yeah.
move from how you pivot from there to here? He's freezing up.
Yes. Well, I moved from sport is, and I can say I come from a sporting family. My brother played football. My uncles,
Mm-hmm.
they all played sports. I have cousins who are national athletes and stuff. So I am,
What? talent real running in the
Yeah.
family. We gotta bring them cousins
Yes, and
here on
so
live with
I
JB
played.
too.
Yeah, I played. My dad likes to play. Yeah, yeah. So I played football from the age of 4 with Sinclair's coaching school, and then I played for Bishops
What
High
big
School.
school?
I
That
went to
big school
Bishops.
in That is a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
school in
you know it. And then I represented Tobago from under 13 to under 23.
Oh
And
wow.
after Bishops, I went across to Signal Hill. So I played with Signal Hill too. And then
Oh,
I got injured in Signal Hill. I dislocated my kneecap and I tore my ACL
bad.
because I
And you
was
still
supposed.
continue after all of that. You still
Well,
continue.
I love the sport. I can't lie, I
What
really
is
do.
this?
So
Nice
I
man.
had surgery and stuff, but I never played at that level after when I went to university. I went to Howard and I
Mm-hmm.
played there intramural, but
Big
I couldn't play
school. Look
varsity.
only big school you playing. What is this?
Yeah. And so I played a lot of sport, but when I came back home, I couldn't play sport anymore to the level I would like to play or where I thought I could have
Right.
gotten with sport. So that's how big was sports kind of came to be and to create an avenue for sport development for
Mm-hmm.
persons interested in using sport as a tool for development. So that's football. And then construction came in because I was good in math and I enjoyed building
Mm-hmm.
things when I was younger. So, I
What
was
is this?
always contemplating engineering. So I studied engineering at Howard and then I came back. I had a brother-in-law who was into heavy equipment and construction and that kind of whet my appetite for it. And so I
Compliment.
continue,
Yeah, it kind of compliment what you wanted to do.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's how I got into construction. And I worked in the US for a while, and then I came back to Tobago to do it here.
Mm, you bring that talent back home. But which one of them?
Yeah,
Which one of them is it? What? Which one of them is your true love? Which one you love the most? And everything we do, we have one that. Oh God, boy! But this look like it's a tough one for you. But I go still let you
yeah,
try to
it's
see if
tough.
you could choose.
I mean, if I enjoyed sport more while I was younger, um, because for obvious reasons you're more active. The opportunity to
Yeah.
meet different people, to travel, because we've gone. Sport has taken me some places, so I'm grateful for
True.
that.
Yeah.
But construction really is my thing. I think I think about construction almost all the time. How ways to do
I,
things better, ways faster, more efficiently, different designs, plans, all these sorts of
yeah.
things I constantly do and research. So I think if I had to choose, which I hope I don't, but construction would be a notch above.
Number. Let's be talking about, but I could relate also with how sports could take you places because back in the
Mm-hmm.
days as a teenager, growing up in
Mm-hmm.
the orphanage, I love sports actually. I used to find, I love it like my heart was cricket. I don't know what about
Mm,
this sport that I don't love. I love cricket and netball. Two sports I really, really loved. And that used to give me the opportunity to go out of
right.
that orphanage, out of the four
Yeah.
corners of there, and I used to go out and play against other schools and different school and so on. So I could relate to sports giving you
Yeah.
a good opportunities.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, man. So with Bago sports events, right? I realized that it
Mm-hmm.
also attracting international participants. What countries so was involved in it? You're real big enough. You're easy.
All right. Let's see. We started. I'll start from when we started in 2010. So we went from the first year we had Barbados and Antigua, and
Mm-hmm.
then we grew to the US, Switzerland, England,
Wow.
Portugal, Tahiti, Jamaica, El Salvador,
What is this?
Colombia,
Colombia?
Bahamas, Costa Rica, um, Brazil, Venezuela,
What fucking so
Spain,
how these different places
Japan.
knew
Yeah.
know who was big with sports? How they come about?
Well, I would chalk that up to the team that I had around me. So how Bago Sports really came into being was there was a group of us who returned from Howard. It was three
Mhm.
of us who it started first with myself and another friend, but the arrangement didn't work out, and so we ended up having three of us do it. And two
Yeah.
of the other guys, one of them is very good in marketing,
Wow.
and
Okay.
the other one is good at organizing, and so my work was a little bit easier because I had a good team. And then in
Wow.
putting together the team, what we did was we really looked for sporting administrative professionals, people involved in sport administration. And so to get the message out, what we did was we did the first one regionally, and we spent a lot of time marketing and promoting the first one. And so
Okay.
when we saw what we were capable of doing, we got the buying of larger sponsors. And when we got the larger sponsors, we approached the Beach Soccer Worldwide, which was the world governing body for beach soccer. And we
Right.
established the Beach
Yes.
Soccer Association of Trinidad and Tobago and
Mhm.
established the national team and all this to add the structure behind the event. So really the event is what was the catalyst to create
Oh.
avenue for beach football
Yeah.
development or beach soccer development, as they call it.
Yep.
And so when the first one happened, and by the third one, we were known within the beach soccer fraternity because it's really a very close knit group.
Yep.
And
Okay.
what we made sure and do was we had liaison officers that would work with each team to ensure that they had an experience like no other. So
Right.
we had a welcoming party. We would go to the bar and everybody would hang out and introduce yourself to each other. Then we had, after the event, we took them on the reef and nylon pool, and we had barbecue on no man's land. So the experience they had, they went back and they told everybody they could
Okay. What
about
is that?
what this
So there
surrounding
was
to be
brand.
like.
So there was brand ambassadors for you
Yeah,
voluntarily
yeah,
because of
they did it.
yeah. That's what we're
They
talking
did it
about.
for us. And then to get to we had Barcelona FC come in one of the years, and that was done through what we had to do. We had to go to Portugal to meet with
Mhm.
Beach Soccer Worldwide at the World Cup that they were holding in Portugal to basically express to them where we want to go with the event, how we want to develop beach soccer in the region, not just
Mhm.
Trinidad and Tobago, but in the region. And so we had their backing, and they actually came down after that meeting and they brought two coaching clinics, one for coaches and one for
What?
officials. So we were really the hub for beach soccer in the region. As a matter of fact,
Mhm.
we were attracting more interest than the longer established competitions in the US and this kind of thing. And the owners were
Right.
so confused; they didn't understand why is it that everybody wants to come to this little island called Tobago. But
Tobago.
when they
Yeah.
came and they saw what it was like, they came back.
Wow. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But it's really nice to see that you attract all these international participants. So a special good evening to Jerisha. I seen her in the comments. Also to Mr. Lawrence, man of substance. He on tonight. A special good night to you as good evening to you as well. So um Mr. Derek, one thing. I want to take you back a little bit. When we were
Mhm.
talking about the sports and how sports would have been able to make you go places, what sports, particular sports that was Miss Cheryl asked.
Oh, football. I mean, you
Oh,
know,
football, all right.
yeah, yeah.
All
I
right.
played football for many years. I
Yeah.
dislocated both knees, so I don't
Oh
play as
no,
much as
and
I
yet still
did.
you continue.
Yeah, I broke my hand, but still I play. So but I training my son and daughter to play now, so they'll take it on. But yeah, football was my sport. I played whatever sport was in season while I was in
Right.
school, but really football would have been that was the sport that I really enjoyed playing. Passion.
All right. All right. So let me talk a little bit about the construction part. What is the
All
most
right.
construction project you're most proud of?
Ah, well, the most complex project. Okay, the first project I worked on when I was in the US was a high-rise 26-story building with 6 levels of parking, and that
What?
was probably
frozen.
I worked in Virginia on something
Mm-hmm.
called the Turnberry Tower,
Wait, wait,
and
wait,
that
wait,
was
wait, wait, wait. Pause a minute. What you mean, like outside of Trinidad and Tobago?
yeah, that's where I
Are you in
started.
easy?
Yep, yep,
What
yep.
is this?
So straight out
Okay.
of school, I started working there, and it was quite an experience. It's
Wow.
a lot different from construction in Trinidad and Tobago. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Wow.
A lot more structured and organized, and so that is where I learned a lot of the things that I implement here now. I'm working on implementing some of them still, but that was the largest project. That project was valued at over $1 billion TT. And then the
What is
next
this?
the next complex project would have been NGC, the Tobago gas receiving facility down at Cove.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked on the civil as a civil project engineer down at NGC there for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you in
those are the
easy?
two most complex projects that
Mm-hmm.
I worked on. But the ones that I enjoyed working on. The one I'm working on now for Division of Sport, which is the indoor sporting
Mm-hmm.
facility. So
Yes, I
because of
saw.
my
I saw
affinity
that
for
soon.
sport,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh
that
man. Also, you are a part of that as well. Are you frozen?
one of the then I did a lot of work the division of
Okay.
quarries and infrastructure. So it's different types of work, but they all have their. I was very interested in most of them. The one with infrastructure, it was the most impactful work I've done. Because it directly related to the lives and the quality of living for a lot of persons.
Yeah.
After the Thomas storm, I was part of that project and the development program.
Okay.
So they all had their little peaks in it. So I wouldn't say there's any one in particular I like the most, but they all had
Yeah.
those had some interest in me, yeah.
Nice. Nice. So tell me, what for those who lives outside in the diaspora, right? Who may have
Mm-hmm.
homes, or even those in the audience wherever they are currently, who may have homes back in Trinidad or even Tobago, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
they want some construction or some development or something done in their
Mm-hmm.
homes. How could they contact you?
Well, best way is probably by phone or email. My number was 868-796-6528. And then my name, Derek Dickinson
Mhm.
at gmail.com. DEREKDICKINSON at gmail.com. That's the best way to contact me. I am also on the,
So they could
um,
contact you for this for sports and construction at that same information, right?
yes, same information at
Okay.
that
Right.
phone number and the email.
Okay. Well, before you go, I want to ask you one question again. But based on your
Mm-hmm.
international experience, right? What do you
Uh-huh.
what do we need, you understand, to improve construction in Tobago?
What Tobago lacks is standards and organization. Um,
Oh.
that for me is a major thing. We need to work towards standards, and we need
Mhm.
to structure the work in a logical, predictable method. I think that
Oh,
those
let's
are the two major things. Yeah.
let's see why he got the name Dynamic Derek. Let's see why. And also based on your international experience with sports as well,
Mhm.
what do we need in Tobago to improve sports? Because you have
Well,
international experience and proper things you got here. We need it.
well, I tell you what, sport. First thing, I think the mindset of sport in Tobago needs to change from being a hobby. We
Right.
still see sport as just a hobby. We don't see it really as an avenue for a career, or your calling. We see it
Yeah.
as, you play sport either as to get a scholarship to leave Tobago,
Mm-hmm.
or you play sport to get a national team to leave Tobago. But really, there is no development of professional sport or even semi-professional sport in Tobago. And so without that high level competition to really attract and
Nice.
keep the talent here, if
Mm-hmm.
sport remains a hobby or a stepping stone to what you really want to do, and the rest of the world doesn't see sport that we
True.
have to change our mindset. So that's what we try to do with Bego Sports.
Yeah,
But
man.
we're
And
working on it still.
yeah, all trying to me, all doing a very good job to attract internationals. All get you,
Yeah.
all making the dance.
And
So,
we had
mm-hmm.
internationals, we had local players go abroad and play as well.
But you see what I'm
So
telling you?
mhm.
Like you are the man to help them out of all of this. Trust me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Yeah,
we
yeah. What's the name? Dynamic Derek Jesso. Go proud of that name. I saw Kion
thank you.
Koshi said he worked with you already. Big up you.
Yeah, man.
Kion, you're working with the big boys. You want to chill with the big boys.
Want to bamba?
Yeah. People might know what we're talking about. There's a TikTok song earlier. He want to chill with the big boys. You laughing. Also I saw Miss Sharon said first time she hear about beach soccer as well. So I don't know when she come back in Tobago
Hmm.
next time. I'll have to introduce you to this thing, eh?
Of course, of course, of course. Beach soccer
Yeah.
is like the T20 of football. It's more exciting. It's more action packed.
Yeah.
It's bright lights. It's non-stop goals and action, man. It's really exciting stuff.
All right. So I have one question here from Miss Sharon. Could you see the questions? Could you
I
see the
know.
comments? Okay, 'cause I don't know the name of this place she called, but I'll try to read it.
Mhm.
So where would Derek classify Bertil, Mr. Sinclair, if he
Mhm.
says that we don't have professional development in Tobago?
Well, we could put Bertil and Dwight York in the same group, which are
Right.
anomaly. It's we haven't had another Bertil and we haven't had another Dwight York. And
Okay.
the thing about it is, if we have good structures in place, I'm not saying we'll have another Bertil and Dwight York, but we will have constant flow of talent being developed
Right.
and exported, or our local sporting fraternity being developed to the point where persons could say, I am a sportsman, that's my profession. I play football or
Mm,
I coach football for a living. And I think the difference with that and what we have now is most sportsmen are employed by the government. And that is not all, it's good for some, but it's not the best, I would say, for developing sport. But we do have high quality coaches and players that come out, but not as
right.
often as they should or as we could. Let's put it that way.
All right. Nice. I saw someone by Miss Anelia Davis say from Amy, hi daddy.
Ah, that's
I
my
don't know if
daughter.
that's
That's
one of
my
your kids.
yeah, yeah. When my daughter is
Okay.
an aunt, so yes, yes.
Oh,
I
okay. Hi, Amy. Plenty love. Daddy making Tobago proud. You have a superhero here, girl. So, Mr. Derek, me and bring you on the show to talk about sports.
mm-hmm,
Not sports. I bring you on the show to talk about golf because that wasn't the topic. But I had to get down into it.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
understand? I had to get down into it because I hear
Yeah,
the golfers back out on the golf course from
of
tomorrow.
course,
And
of
hear
course,
what?
of course.
Ryan sent a message for you. Do you want the message?
Why am I not surprised? Yes, I want
So
the message.
since I have baby Amy on with us, I wouldn't give you it raw as Ryan give it to me. So I got to tell you what he say in a nice way. Ryan
Okay.
said to tell you your cocktail book.
Huh.
You
Well,
understand?
he is a trophy holder from the last time, so that granted that what he won it for is not what most golfers aspire to. But
Right.
I accept the challenge. Ryan is someone who has always Ryan has
Ryan,
always
watch
kind
out.
of he's always kind of looked up to me. So this goes way back.
Make sure and switch that table tomorrow. Don't make me come next week on live with JB to talk about Ryan really put on that cocktail on you, eh? Don't
But
make me have to say that on my show. Me go laugh at you.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Jorisha, make sure this don't happen for me, please.
If he's been in training, I'm happy for him, but
Alright.
I think I got this.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dynamic Derek. And we will see next week on Live with JB. Guys, I will be here to report to you all who got the tail cut. So one more question before you go. So Miss Cheryl say, where do you all host the beach soccer?
Oh, we hosted at Turtle Beach, Corland Bay,
Okay.
down the opposite YMCA. But right now we are in
Mm-hmm.
talks with the Assistant Secretary for Sport and the Chief Secretary about developing a sand soccer facility down in the Storby area. So beach
Nice.
football should be back with a bang. Just saying, look out.
All right, that's what we're talking about. So, Mr. Derek, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy evening to come on Live with JB for we to mind your business this evening.
Thank you,
And a
thank you.
special good
Thank you
evening
for
to your
having me.
wife, Jorisha, and little Amy as well. Continue to
Yeah.
make them proud. Continue to make Tobago proud. And just before you go, just give your information one more time for persons how they can contact you for sports and your construction as well. Just
All
before
right.
you go.
So my phone number is 796-6528 and my email is DEREKDICKINSON at gmail.com. That's my full name, Derek Dickinson at gmail.com. And you can email me or call me, WhatsApp, any of those. And I usually respond, in no time.
Sorry about that.
No
Yeah.
problem, no problem. Yeah.
All right. So thank you, Dynamic Derek, and everybody understand now why he got that name. You understand? It spoke for him this evening. So thank you so much. And I will be here to report on your cocktail next week Friday. So make sure that don't happen.
Yes, thank you. All right, then. Bye, guys.
All right. Okay, guys. So I heard from Dynamic Derek himself. Let's see how these young people just out here making Tobago extremely proud. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, man. They're representing Tobago in a positive way. This is what you call a positive impact. You understand? Oh, sorry. I thought I am. Oh, a special good evening. I find plenty of you all coming on YouTube, man. Hi, Miss Abigail Sandy. Special good evening to you and Mommy Joanne. Special good evening to you. Remember when you all tune in, Keon, or they don't know, share the live so other Tobagonians could tune in. You understand? And also feel proud of the fruits of their own Ahwee boys this evening, right here on Live with JB. So remember this evening we ain't playing. We come out to mind with business. We're not playing in 2022. So I'm going to go right into the next reveal. Reveal number 2, we have Joys of Junior. You understand? So let me bring out Mr. Junior this evening for all ya. But see him a smile backstage. He ready to come out. Hello, Mr. Junior.
Hi, JB.
How are you?
All is well. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. Who's the beautiful queen to the side of you,
Uh,
sir?
this is my wife here.
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
hi. A special good evening to you.
Good evening to all you young viewers.
Yes.
Thank you. So, Mr. Junior, where are you tuning in from?
Well, I'm tuning in from my home, one of my home in Trinidad.
Okay.
All right.
One of your home in Trinidad. So, where you born and grow?
I'm born and growing in Tobago. I'm born bred in Tobagonian. Yeah.
Son of the soil.
One of the soil.
That's what we're talking about, man.
Yes.
Um. Oh, which part in Tobago you born and grow?
All right.
Area.
That's Stobie Feeder Road, Banaccord,
Oh.
Tobago. That's close to the fire station
Big up Stobie Local Road.
in Banaccord, yeah.
You see great things coming out of Bonaccord. Better again competition, Mr. Junior. As always say, we just get a lot of people with good talent and things coming out of Bethel. So right now, Bethel getting real next this year. You understand? We get our next talent right out of Bonaccord. Let it take that. You understand? We're not playing at all. So, Mr. Junior, I realize that he is the owner of BPS Movements Limited. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that.
All right. Both myself and my wife, we are the owners of BPS Movement.
Oh,
We have
nice.
2 locations, one in Bonaccord, Main Street, Bonaccord, Tobago. I put one at the home soil, you know.
That's what
And
we talking about. You start
yeah,
off good.
yeah, and
Oh, hold on.
one,
I have this PowerPoint here. Hang on. Wait, gone right. Mm, this one is where?
that's in Bonaccord. That one is in Bonaccord,
Right.
Tobago, yeah.
Okay. GT. Look good. This is Bonaccord too, right? This is the same one?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
Bonaccord. Yeah.
Mm, spacious and nice.
Yes.
Papa Laps. JL Villa, well secured here. Lord, tell us about this villa.
Well, JL Villa, J is Junior, L is Lucinda. So that's Junior and Lucinda Villa.
Mm-hmm.
That is situated in the heights of Marcus St. Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a five apartments up down, and this is apartment by itself there. All right.
Okay.
So we have that. We have Tobago, and then we have our home in Dabadi.
Ay, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So with this whole pandemic and so on, how have business been for you?
Well, I've been traveling. Still, is never stopped me from traveling because we have created a system to really able to keep our bodies up and running properly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because being in health, you'll understand that disease is not really what we portray it to be. So once you
Mm-hmm.
understand that, you're better able to treat your body properly and give the body a fighting chance to deal with virus and bacteria, you know.
Yeah. But what brought you into this field though?
Well, we have 3 sons. The second one had a hole in his heart, and that's more or less set us
Oh,
out. It was an experience for us, and when we saw the miracle that God allowed us to get with our son, we
wow.
decided totally to branch into health to make a difference in other people's life as well.
Nice.
But let them know the surgeries and all the different things is only if absolutely necessary. There are a lot of ailments that people are suffering from, and they don't really need to do surgeries, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
if we can
Okay.
understand health properly, we're better able to curb a lot of the things that we are calling sickness, which is more or
Mm-hmm.
less symptoms. And what I
Right.
mean by that, there is only one disease, and we have to understand that. If we don't understand that, we'll never be able to properly and effectively deal with those issues. It's the
Mm-hmm.
cells in the body that is malfunctioning, and 2 things cause it to malfunction. It's always toxicity and deficiency.
Right.
Right? And once you're able to deal with toxicity and deficiency, you can even be able to deal with viruses, you know?
Yep.
So
Someone asked what does BPS means?
believe, practice, and succeed movement. Believe, practice, and succeed movement
So
limited.
tell us about this and what services you offer.
All right. We at BPS
True
movement,
that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we at BPS movement, we offer a wide range of services. My wife is a registered nurse. She have left the working in Port of Spain
Big up
General
to
and
Queen.
ICU trained. So we
Wow,
have the
what is this?
we are
You have
working
a
with the
talented
experience.
queen sitting down next to you, next to
Yes.
the king that we talking about. Go
So we
ahead.
so so we have the at least we have the experience in able to deal with issues. So BPS movement is structured in such a way that we teach health from a cellular level standpoint. All right. If the cells are healthy, your body going to be healthy. If your cells are sick, the body is going to be sick. So we look at cells malfunction. In white malfunction, toxicity deficiency. There are
Mm-hmm.
pathways that can cause toxicity and deficiency in the body. One, it could be nutritional. Two, it could be toxic waste in the body. Three, it could
Mm-hmm.
be lack of physical activity. Four, it could be psychological problems that people are experiencing. Six, it could be spiritual problems. Next, it could be gene problems, you inherit through genes. And the next one is drugs. Drugs.
Mm.
Drugs that we so trust.
Immune too, yeah.
Yeah. And if you understand and you want to really take care of these ailments, one of the greatest inventors of the world, Thomas Edison, he said the doctors of the future will prescribe no medicine, but,
Wow.
but he will advise you on your human framework, your diet, exercise, and those things. Those are the things that people need to know. And once they're able to understand these things, we can able to deal with all these comorbidities that they are calling comorbidities. And
True.
what they are calling comorbidities is not comorbidities.
Mm-hmm.
These are just symptoms. They say comorbidity is what pre-existing condition like heart disease, cancer,
Right,
diabetes.
right.
But
Mm-hmm.
those are not disease. Those are symptoms
Right.
of disease. If you move the root cause, which is toxicity and deficiency, you will not get
Mm.
diabetes, you will not get cancer and
Mm.
those things. And it's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing the virus strive under.
Yeah. But how tell me how you got the expertise to offer natural health services?
All right. Well, I have a diploma, advanced diploma with the Shoreway Academy.
Papala.
Um, I also worked with the Native Americans for over 12 years. I worked, both of us, my wife and I, we worked with them.
Mm.
I was a health consultant for them in the Caribbean. So I do all the products marketing and all of those things. So we had a wide range of experience with, and
Mm-hmm.
so we do spinal alignment. We do a natural test that we do that picks up a lot of things that is going on with the body. We do treatment. We
Okay.
have some of the most powerful
Oh,
devices that can
is
do a
that
lot
big
for you.
gun? You're doing real things. What
Yeah.
is that?
Yep.
You have it there fixed properly, man.
Yeah, we do health teachings as well. We do holistic health teachings to people, and we have
Nice.
just we have just launched one of the most effective device that ever created in this world, and it's going to take care of all the comorbidity issues. And we
Wow.
want to get at least one of it in every single home this year. You see this device
Nice.
here? You see
Let
this?
me see. Uh-huh.
This is going to transform a lot of people. This takes care of diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure.
Okay.
It takes care of a lot of issues that people are suffering from. It
Mm-hmm.
goes to your cells, it breaks down clots, it breaks down tumors, it deals with cataract, glaucoma, all those things. So we have something that
Wow.
we want to put this in the hands of everybody in Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. You ain't
So
easy. What is this? You come with the answers for a lot of people?
exactly. So
Supplement.
and along with proper supplements, we deal with a company called Modexus. They deal with another natural supplement. So when that thing will go and move
Wow.
inflammation and help circulation at the cellular level,
Yeah.
diet is important. People need to understand that
Correct.
it's
Correct.
not just vaccinating alone and wearing a mask and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
because that does not it is not the
Yeah,
core
yeah.
solution to problems.
True.
People have to get back and understand that their health is not only their right, it's their
Mm-hmm.
responsibility, and they have to start to be responsible again. Looking
Mm-hmm.
after yourself,
I
drinking your
agree.
water, exercising, getting proper nutrition to the cells, and
I agree.
and praising
Yeah.
God of most of all. That is what part of what is getting us and allow us to be at this position,
All
recognizing
right.
Almighty God as the source of all.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Junior, could you tell the audience how they could contact you to get your services, even those
All
out
right.
in the diaspora as well?
All right, we have 3825067, 3825067, 4758978, 4758978, 2863931, 2863931. And to order some of our fantastic products, you have jta.modexus, modexus.com. If you want to get them drop at your home in Trinidad and Tobago, there's when you get into that
Mm-hmm.
site, you click on shop now, and then you at the top of the page, you see Modexus Trinidad and Tobago. They ship those products
What?
straight to your home, whether you're in Carenage or whether you're in Scarborough or you're in Charlottesville, they ship straight at your
Mm-hmm.
home.
That's what we're
All
talking
right,
about. You ain't making joke at
through
all.
the
You have everything well prepared.
yeah, and plus with that device
Yeah.
with proper nutrition, we can help you to deal with the comorbidity issues. Too much
Nice.
deaths in the country.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just before you go, could you give the information for also the villa to how persons could book the villa?
All right. You call the same numbers. We'll when they
Okay.
call those numbers,
Mm-hmm.
we refer them to our agent, and they can book as
Nice.
well to go on. Yeah.
All right, guys. So all you don't know, Francesca, Abigail, Miss Cheryl, Miss Jessica, all you organize all yourself, Mommy Joanne, and contact Mr. Junior for his services. You understand? Uniqueness. That's what we're talking about. Things that we need. So
We
thank you
encourage
so much.
people to one minute before you go going now.
Sure.
We
Sure,
encourage
sure.
people to at least each person need to come and do an analysis, get a
Right.
blueprint of really what's going on with your diet, your health, because that is what is happening with people. A lot of people are dying because they have existing conditions that they are not
Mm-hmm.
dealing with. We
True.
do a diagnostic of the whole body, your eyes, your kidney, your heart, your
What
liver, and
is
those things.
this?
So when you know what is going on, you know how to treat.
I like that. You ain't no fly by night at all. You know what you're
Mm-mm.
doing.
Yes.
So one person asked, does the villa have a pool?
No, we don't have a pool.
All right, no
But
pool. So
it's in the hill. It is in the hills of Maracas, Saint Joseph,
where
where
you
you
could get the
can.
view of the sea and so
Yes,
on.
yes,
Nice.
yes, yes.
So one just before you go, someone asked if you could just repeat the number one more time.
All right, we have 3825067, 3825067, 4758978, 4758978, and 3825067,
Nice.
3825067.
All right, so
Yeah,
Mr. Junior Thomas and your beautiful wife, thank you
yes.
so much for taking the time off to come and share so much knowledge with us, things that
Thank you.
we didn't know we have access to right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
There you go.
No, no. So
Ahwee
thank
boy.
you so much. And we boy that we talking about son of the soil. You
Yes.
understand?
So bless up
Yes,
to all of
man.
you. Yeah.
Blessings.
Blessings to you too and the family, and thank you so very much.
Yes. Thanks again. Yeah.
All right, okay. So let's see. I tell you that that's what we're talking about. He is good. I go by him. Oh, Francesca says she does go by you. That's what we're talking about. So Francesca, you just get good. You just be satisfied. That's what we're talking about. So let's see how our we boys in Tobago are fly. You understand? The flag high. They're representing the island beautifully out there. And even right here as well. So just before I move on, I want to let you know we have a special segment this evening on Live with JB. And I want to know, I just tell Miss Cheryl and Miss Sharon the band from Unsigned, but today I go allow them. I will give them the opportunity to figure it out, but nobody could use Google. God watching all you do not lie. Do not cheat. You understand? Do not cheat. What I want to know, this special segment that we have in this evening, could anybody tell me the name of this segment? It is MIMS. One more time, MIMS. What does MIMS means? Because this is a very special segment this evening. All you don't want to miss it. So if all you know what it means, all you can comment it and do not go on Google. Oh God! Oh God! Like Miss Lyons tell Tessa something, boy. I feel Miss Lyons give Tessa the nudge. Something are going there. You get that too quick. Yes, the name of the segment this evening going to be Make It Make Sense. Tessa, you run out hot there. You beat Miss Sharon and Michelle, who was in front of the class. You understand? Make it make sense. Yeah, I know where it was. I was just giving them a quiz to find out who would have figured it out. So, guys, before we wrap up this segment here, I would like to bring out, are we doctor? Are we walking encyclopedia, Dr. Rita? Just to give us a brief taste of our herbal healing heritage and the alternative Tobago medicine. Where my doctor? Where my doctor there? My doctor, Dr. Rita, where you there? Dr. Rita? Hello, Dr. Rita. Where is Dr. Rita? Miss Sharon said it was on the flyer. That is true. So it's good to see all it was minding all your business. When the flyer posts, all you read it. And I taking what the name of it was. Like Miss Cheryl, like she didn't read it over. I not see she comment at all. But yes, it's make it make sense. I'm not getting on with Dr. Reader. Where are we, Doctor there?
Backstage.
Hello, Dr. Rita. Your camera is off. I'm seeing a
It is?
beautiful R. For what? Are we walking encyclopedia?
How come the camera is? Oh, okay, okay. Start camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come. We can't hide up all that dulce panda, all that beauty again, you know, with these nice outfits and earring and chin. Listen to me, don't worry. I come in Trinidad very, very, very soon, and I will be coming by you. You feel like making joke? I'll leave there with one piece of something.
All right. We'll see.
It gonna happen. So, Dr. Rita, I wanted to share with all of us, a brief taste of our herbal healing heritage and alternative of Tobago medicine.
Okay. So, what we have as our heritage is really a mixture, right? We have the enslaved Africans who came, they brought with them certain practices. However, the items that they used back in Africa were not all available here. So they had to substitute. And the knowledge of what to substitute came from their encounters with the first peoples who lived on the island. So that is why I say our traditional practices uh, is a combination of knowledge from the indigenous people and from the enslaved Africans who lived here. But also, what is very important for us to learn is something that the gentleman before referred to. It's a lifestyle thing. I think most people who
Right.
are over
True.
the age of 60 in Tobago would recognize that growing up, there was a pattern of eating. People had, well,
True.
they followed the British 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But the evening meal was always very light. It usually involved bush tea, and in many cases involved no milk in the bush tea, right? So everybody would have had bush tea at some day in the week. So it was not every day that you had this heavy meal in the evening. Most times the evening meal was light. Secondly, your main meal always involved some kind of ground provision. And it is now well established that these are the best items for consumption in order to process the foods at a particular rate inside your bodies. So the breadfruits and the cassava are listed as meals that are ideal for people with diabetic concerns, right? So that was a lifestyle pattern of eating. It was not heavily and largely the fried chicken and that sort of thing. But in addition, much of what they ate was homegrown. So you didn't have vegetables that were heavily sprayed. You didn't have bananas that were ripened with ripened agencies. You didn't have chicken that were reared and given all kind of medication to put on the weight within the 6 week period. You had um, ground fowl, yard fowl. What's going on here? Are you still seeing me?
No, the camera came off.
Why did it do that? Okay. You had yard
Right.
foil, and yard foul and
Right.
things from the yard and scraps from the kitchen. Nothing, no additives, no chemical additives to the food. So we, in the modern times, we ingest a lot of food that have been laced with chemicals of all kinds, whether it's pig, for all of them growing mash or growing material to stimulate growth at a particular rate within a short time period so that the turnover of income could be faster. And then we import, so we are not always sure about the full extent of the content of the foods that we eat. Right? So our lifestyle then was based on homegrown meals, foods that we had in our yard, uh, intake of ground provisions, and
Mhm.
not so much processed foods. That is the pastas and the flour, whole wheat flour,
Mm.
white flour in particular. So our health and care had to do with, first and foremost, what we eat and how we organize our meals. And the next thing is that those most homes had a goat or a cow or somebody with one from whom they would buy milk. So the milk that was consumed was not initially powdered milk, it was
Mhm.
fresh milk. But then there was a big campaign saying that people weren't sterilizing the milk properly and it was causing health problems. So they actually advised people to use powdered milk. So powdered milk became instamped on us, and less goat's milk and cow milk, locally produced,
Right.
were available. Right. The next thing we had was, for the evening meals, we had
Mhm.
the tea, specific teas for specific purposes. So we had lime bud tea that people had for calming. You had soursop tea, but if your baby wouldn't sleep on a short baby, you had troublesome baby in the room. Soursop tea,
I feel so too.
3 leaves would soothe you and put you to sleep. So you had identified the leaves of the plants around you for particular purposes, and then there were the health ones for all kinds of disease. Gully root, oh Lord, I have to confess that gully root is not the nicest smelling or tasting item, but it's
Mhm.
supposed to have lots of health benefits. And then we have shadow benny. Now, in Tobago, that was called fitweed. Shadow,
And I know it has shadow Benny. Yeah.
well, shadow benny is a Trinidad version, largely coming from the Indian population, but we know it as fitweed, so that people who were prone to epilepsy would be fed with a tea drawn on that. But now it is a high flying seasoning. Um, so you had that. Then you had what they call the teas, French. Oh Lord. And now it has been domesticated into a, a very popular ornamental plant. But everybody had a bunch growing in the yard. All right,
Mhm.
when I remember the name, I'll come back to that. But you had also bitter bush, called,
Okay.
the French name is chandelier. Bitter bush was good for colds. So you everybody had one growing, and you somebody had a coal, you will chop the leaves up, squeeze the green out of it, and add a bit of salt, and that's what you took when you had a cold. And then there was a preparation that was called lime luck. It was lime and sugar and ginger and garlic and black pepper.
Wow.
So,
What?
and then some more creative people added a bit of rum. So
What?
the idea is, if you have a sore throat,
Yeah.
one of those items to
Yeah.
put in the throat would do it.
Yeah.
But the combination will certainly cure your sore throat.
Yep.
Now, I always remember an incident. I would never, it really was mind-boggling. Every
Mhm.
community had a, a health expert, usually an older lady or gentleman. So there was this lady where I lived, and she was the go-to person when anybody got ill. So she had a kitchen outdoors, as many people had at the time. And in that kitchen, she had the stone fire, right? She had the three stones by what was
Right.
the kitchen window. And so she would do her cooking there. And of course, a lot of the smoke is going up inside the kitchen. But she also had a lot of cobwebs in the kitchen. And I could never understand why this woman would not pull down these cobwebs. But she never did, except somebody was sick. So
Hmm.
I was sent to collect some stuff from her for a neighbor who was ill. So I go up there, and this lady goes and she has a pot boiling with some leaves in it, many of which I had no clue what was in it. But she pulled down from the top, the sort of little rafters in the kitchen, this black cobweb which she put in the pot. By this time, I am totally aghast. But she put it there and then give me the container, which I carried down to the sick lady. But all the time I'm carrying it down this thing, I am thinking, well, there's no way I would be drinking that. But of course, I was not sick. So years later, it always stood with me, that, hi boy, I hope I don't get sick and my mother gone for that because I can't drink that thing. I was reading something and it said that the cobwebs made by spider,
Dr. Rita,
yes, you
Dr.
know,
Rita,
yes, you're not hearing.
Mm.
Yes, I'm here.
Dr. Rita, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Yes.
I mean, okay, I may have to leave to come back, but if you're hearing me, let me ask you the question. Because I wanted to know, if we still have real bush medicine doctors like that lady today.
Well, I don't. I think we have some. I'm not sure they are like her. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that anybody has a kitchen with cobwebs growing in it in the modern day. That's the starting. But I do know that is established that spiders and weaving their cobweb, they have
What?
anti thing properties in them so that they could be used for when you have a cold,
What?
you get all
Hmm.
these preparations that you must take within a week, and you must take all, right? So that and chicken foot. Now the other thing was chicken foot. Chicken foot soup I still used is still used as a cure for many ailments. When people start to get sick, they go for the chicken foot and they make soup
Ah.
with it. And again, it
Mm-hmm.
was the same for the same reason that the chicken foot, and this is in established in medicine, because when my kids would not eat chicken foot, I always used to
Mm-hmm.
joke and say, but if you saw a chicken without a foot, would you eat the chicken? And they scoffed at the idea. But I said the chicken foot has healing properties, which my daughter, when she went to medical school, was told that the chicken foot has. So that's why many hospitals give
Whoa.
chicken broth as part of
Yeah.
meal for sick people.
Wow. So, Dr. Rita, before you go, I have one more question for you because, like, in terms of bush medicine, is a dying area, basically. You understand? And the new herbal medicine, is it a good substitute?
Well, I couldn't say if it is a good substitute or if it's
What do
better
you
than
think?
what was there. But I do
Yeah.
know they are the old things that I hold on to. Now, I am not a person who like to swallow a lot of medicine for a lot of
Yeah.
the common ailments, headache and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't go that route. And I had a friend from Barbados who had a problem. She was in a lot of road accidents and blah, blah, blah. And she couldn't sleep well at night because she was, of course, very distressed. And she said, well, she was going to the doctor to get this medication to make her sleep. And I said, what happened? You don't have a soursop? tree next to their
Wow,
ears.
natural things.
So
Yeah,
you put
man.
tea
That's what
leaves
you're
and
talking
boil it,
about.
and that
Well,
that just
I need to plant that tree. If any tree I need to plant is a soursop tree. I'll
so you
work on
see,
that.
part of the problem is that the knowledge of what to be used,
Yep.
because she's never heard of it. She was living on another,
Yeah.
she lives on another island. She never heard of it. But in some
Wow.
places, the practices are still there, particularly in the rural communities. So if you go to Suriname and you go to parts of Jamaica, you find there are people who
Yep.
continue with those patterns. And there's a regimen of bush medicine for women before and after birth, and women who have difficulties in delivering the babies when the baby wouldn't come despite how hard you push. And okra is supposed to be one of the items that will help the baby to slide out and stuff like that. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of medication that could
Yep.
be used from the yard. But we used to have a yard. Not everybody now, if you live in an apartment, you have no yard. Or
Tell me about it. I guess some yard now though. I
right,
plant my soursop tree.
so that you can sleep. And if you live
Yeah.
in a particular kind of community, gated community, and you can't grow this and you can't
God.
put that, you can't put nothing in the
Me not
soil.
get big soy yet one day.
Well, so those are the problems that contribute to the dying out of the practices. And of course, women
Yeah.
have their babies in hospital, so there's no midwife the
Oh,
community
oh
midwife to do
no.
the part with the soursop,
Hmm.
with the hog plum bush and other kinds of bush
As it,
to bathe
as
them.
you're talking about that midwife, they have a piece of history we need to get into sometime soon about a midwife in Tobago. Don't worry, now is not the time for that. We're gonna get into that sooner or later.
Yes,
And I'm
and you have some
excited
stuff
for
for
that
me.
segment. Yeah, I
You
have
have
a
some
lot,
stuff
but
for me.
it seems to me like you have stuff for me, ladies and gentlemen in the audience. Or let's see in Dr. Rita background. Take a look at it. Or let's see why we call her our we walking encyclopedia checkbooks.
Oh
Or let's see
Lord.
what's going on there. Yes, take a look at it. As we talking about Dr. Rita, I love the painting and stuff like that too, man. Real nice. It just some of those painting just kind of taking you back, you know what I mean? And your grandparents home, you would see those type of nice, kind of meaningful picture that kind of gives a message, you know? I like that, those paintings.
Thank you.
Yeah, indeed. So I saw persons enjoy this segment today, and we would have to have part two of this segment very soon again. So, Dr. Rita, are we walking encyclopedia? We will
Thank
need
you.
more of this, okay?
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you so much again for tuning in and always being backstage and listening to Live with JB. Did you hear about my gift of my books that I have to read?
Yes, Susan Craig books. Yes, I know them. I know
Tell me
them.
about it. Like my background will look like yours just now.
Okay.
I might end up giving some competition soon.
Well, I don't think you can manage that one, JB. I will tell you.
Oh God, I could try it, but I could try
You
and
could
fail and not to
try,
try
but
at
let me
all.
tell you, I am here right now trying to get my books to lose weight so they will all hold on the shelf. Half
Oh
of them are not on the shelves.
God.
Right. So,
Well, don't worry, but cheerleaders got to back me up on this one and help me. Don't worry. Miss Arlene and Miss Lions, organize on yourself. We need to come together to
to take some books.
defeat and to battle against the best of the best. So, Dr. Rita, thank you so much. And I can't wait for part two of this. It was very, very indeed knowledgeable and I appreciate it. So, love
Okay.
you and see you
Okay.
next week.
Next week. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. That's what we're talking about. Let's see, Dr. Rita, who could compete against you? You're mad. Listen to me. You're buying that cocktail wholesale. Me can't compete against you at all. I gotta take for some good years of studying to get to there. You understand? So, then we're going to go, we're going to dive, we're going to run, we're going to jump right into reveal number 3. The tantalizing touch of Tamal. Where is Tamal? We won the tantalizing touch. I call him the mystery man. I go tell you why I call him the mystery man. Look at my dance. Hi Tamal. Welcome to Live with
Yeah,
JB.
doing?
What song you
Well,
listen to there?
oh,
What song you listen to there? You're
It's a
dancing, man.
old school song that playing outside in the area. My ice
Yeah.
cream park.
I catch you dancing. I say, I go and pull him up dancing too. That's what we're talking about. So,
Okay.
all you don't know, me, Tamal. Tamal is a mystery man. The reason why I call him the mystery guy, I gone on social media. All I know I just want to investigate my guests and them to mind their business before they come on the show. Hey, why didn't know they're not even a picture at Tamal on social media? And nothing. This is the mystery guy. So if we ain't come out to mind nobody else's business, we come out to mind Tamal business. So Tamal, tell me, where you tuning in from right now?
I'm actually tuning in from Wim, Back Hill Wim.
Big up web. Where you born
Yeah.
and grow, Tamal?
I'm originally born in Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
actually Alto. But all my family extension is from over here. My mom originally from here, my dad is originally from here. And I've been
Yeah,
right through my life to Tobago. So there's nothing about Tobago I don't know.
right. Well, I see as a I hear as a bartender, landscaper, builder. You're involved in different businesses. You understand? But
Yeah.
tell me, which one of them is your favorite?
Right now, one of my works right now is I'm in doing security as well.
But what is where you don't do?
No, well, actually, the reason for the
Wow.
security because of the COVID. The COVID things was getting so tough, work was getting so drastic. I just found myself
Oh,
giving it a try because that was the only thing that was active around the time when the place was locked down.
wow. You ain't easy at all. You, this mystery guy, been working very, very hard. So tell me, Tamal, tell us a little bit about your bartending, landscaping, and your building. You pivot real good there.
All right. Well, I'll start with my bartender because this is what I'm
Go
here
ahead.
really about.
Right.
I've been in bartending some years well. I started off at maybe at the age, I'm not going to lie, I started at the age of 17 in bartending. I was now going to turn into 18. I got an opportunity. My first opportunity was a club where I was originally born and grew up, was Arima. I'm originally from Arima.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off in Fifth Element nightclub.
What is this? The most one of the most famous clubs in Trinidad, in Arima.
Mike, Mikey Singh gave me my first opportunity because one of my cousins was a promoter for his club. And he gave me the shot,
What?
begging to do it at the point in time. So that was like really my first started off in bartending. So I know a lot about club drinks into tropical drinks where we stand right
Mm-hmm.
now. So I started off in Fifth Element. I worked my way through Fifth Element for a while. I moved from Fifth Element because the owner had only not only Fifth Element, he had Taj Mahal, he had Lair, he had Club India. So I was frequently jumping all over the place. But it was really Fifth Element. I was really
You wasn't
stable.
jumping, you was pivoting.
All right, as you say.
Yeah.
Pivoting around, I came back to my Fifth
Yeah.
Element, and from there, gradually, Fifth Element was slowing down and people coming to the club because
Mm-hmm.
at the point in time, a lot of other clubs was coming up at the point in time. And right next to Fifth Element was the famous club called
Okay.
Castro's and the Room nightclub. And while I was working a night in Fifth Element and doing my thing,
You pivot
the
over.
bar is so small and it's so tight. I was like the only tallest strapping person was in the bar. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like working my way through the club. Everybody was coming, tall man, I want the tall man, I want the tall man, come here. And yeah, and getting things organized. So
You're gonna
I was
hook
there.
the people with your drinks?
Yeah, I was working in the club, and just as I was working, just so I didn't realize somebody was, well, doing your work, it have people who will admire you.
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity that Mikey, who was the owner of Castro's, was in the club just past you, and I didn't even know, but because it was a busy night that night, and he saw
Mm-hmm.
me, I got the opportunity and I invite to come over to Castro's. I live in a nightclub, and that's where I got my next start into more
Yeah.
relationship. So from there, I branched over. They closed down Fifth Element, and there I was in Castro's for a while. And then I got an opportunity to go upstairs to the nightclub, and I did my thing. And I got a lot of pips with it too.
What
So
is this?
it was a nice experience when I first came into it. I spent
So
like
what?
3 years in Fifth Element, and then 2 years in Castro's.
So
And then
what it
from
is that he saw in you? What, the superpowers?
no, he's just watching that a huge fellow like me could work in a small space with
Yeah. That
well, it was 8 of us in the bar. Well, it's 8 to 6 of us, and the
right.
dancing. I'm doing my thing. I listen to music and I groove. And as a child of Trinidad and Tobago, so you know the rhythm and the love is in
Yeah. Yep.
all of us. So
It's the
I was just
superpowers, you see.
and
Yeah. So
I'm
you handle it.
people and making
Yep.
sure they get it in fast to go back and dance and enjoy themselves and get on how they want to get on. So from there, while I was doing that work, I was kind of a person at that point in time when I was in my glee days. I was like a serious hustler, as we say. I was go getting. So at the point in time while I was working in the nightclub, that was like on weekends. I had a next job which was working in sports and games. Sports and games. From sports and games, while I was working in the shoe section of sports and games, a lady just came in to buy shoes, sneakers actually. This is how I get into Angostura now.
Okay.
I was working. I saw her come in. I watched her. I say, all right, she looking for shoes. Right? Good lady, nice lady, Olive. I will never forget her. She was the cause I started into Angostura. She came in. I said, I have a perfect shoes for you. I went and get it. It was a New Balance. I will never forget it. Blue and white. I put it on her. She asked me, you didn't even give me a chance to tell me what size I is. I said, don't worry, I have your size. I went in, I got the shoes, I put on the shoes, and she was like, how you know this was my size? And ting. She watched me.
Oh.
I like how you move. I like how your head just clicked to me and you find the shoes for me. You know what?
Yeah.
Working Angostura. I say, Angostura, okay.
What? You work Angostura? Oh.
Huh?
You work Angostura too?
Yeah, special events department.
Right. Okay. Big up you.
So roughly 11 years. Yeah, 11 going into 12.
All them years of service. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. And when I got in, she said, like, here what? I'm going to give you a call, exchange numbers. Here what? Listen to me. Take this number, call me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call you very soon. And she did. It was like the next following weekend. And my first gig was around Carnival season. It was coming into the peak of Carnival season. And it was like a fete called the Dollar Fete. I don't know if people ever heard of the Dollar Fete. That was my first ever into Angostura. I didn't reach in the landscaping of Angostura compound as yet. I just got called, come out. This is the event. I was like, okay.
So
I came and got them there.
So tell me, Tamal, what is your plan here? What is your plans here in Tobago now?
Okay, my plans when I first came back home to the island of Tobago was to get back in touch with all the families that we had over here, and to the opportunity, which was at the point in time was for Sanders to open up the hotel over here, which didn't come true. That was one of my main reasons for rushing to come over here too as well. An opportunity to get that. So I say if I didn't get in at the point in time as yet, because it was going to take a time for them to build it, I say I would have get into the construction sector of it. And it didn't happen, so that was a whole standstill. But while I was over here,
go ahead.
While I was over here just wondering, I said I had so much experience in the years of doing bartending with crowds, people, customer care service, and it was like I say, you should think about doing what everybody's doing now who left Angostura. A lot of people who left Angostura started up their own company, which is for bartending services and serving services. So I say, okay, if I come around a piece of money, I would have tried starting to do my own business. And it didn't happen,
Okay.
but due to the
Mm-hmm.
COVID, it didn't happen, but it was all good. So I said, COVID is here. It's here, like it's here to stay, and we have to adapt to it. So I
True.
made this decision
Let's
over
try
this
to
year,
it.
coming,
Mm-hmm.
to give it a try again and push back myself into it. So this is what I'm going to do this year. That's why I joined up with Butlers. So
Eh,
with two
eh,
Bagel Butlers,
eh,
I'm
eh.
going to
Big up the
push
my brother
know
Timmy.
from my experience, which is Timothy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm going to push that from there, and we're going to see how far this goes and go to what I really wanted to do from ever since. Because
Nice.
I
But
always loved,
you seem
I had the glow
you
in it, I had the drama in it, and I was
yeah, you
really a
seem
love.
as if you're very focused in what it is you want to do. That's good. But
Yeah.
before you go, Tamal, what I would like you to do is to give out your information so persons could also book your services.
Okay.
What's your
My number,
contact information?
my contact number, I have two numbers. I have 272 4626,
272.
and
Mm-hmm.
also my next number. What is my next number? Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay. It happens to all of us, even me.
My next number.
It
Just a sec.
happens. Don't worry.
But my next number, I will say, is just give me a sec. Sorry
Take
about
your
that.
time. Don't worry yourself. It has happened. I always forget my own number.
It's just I'm alive too. I should have had this on cock. All right. As I said, my first number is 272 46
Right?
26. Right? My
Mm-hmm.
second number is 36
Uh-huh.
385.
Awesome. That's what we're talking about. You got to memorize that number to make sure you remember, eh?
I apologize because I had a little plan to do a little mixing for something that I created a long time ago. But I know
Uh-huh.
this is not the first and the last time I'm going to be hosting on this station. So
First
next
and
time,
last time that
yeah,
thing, you will be here again and again and again.
so the next time I come on, I'll be doing a little mixing, shaking up
Yeah,
all the
man.
cups that I have
Yes.
from the design of it and coming back into it and showing what I do.
Yes. Yes, we see Tim the hotshot mixologist Timmy skills already. So next time we go see you. So welcome on
Mine.
board, Tamal,
Welcome
and
on board.
welcome to Tobago Bottlers.
All
So
right.
thank you
Thank
so much, Tamal. And here what? We got to work on our Facebook profile where we can advertise, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do all of that too. I'm going to do all of that.
Yeah. You see
I'm
all
going
that
to,
handsomeness? We need to put it on our profile too. We can't hide it.
yeah, go ahead
All
with this
right,
time.
Tamal. All
Right?
right. Thank
So,
you so much, and you have a blessed evening.
Diego, enjoy. And I like this segment. I will always be logged on to the segment due to the fact of now coming into the segment. I love this thing that you're doing here
Uh,
to bring
Thank you
out
so
people
much.
from Tobago and develop Tobago a little better and
Yeah,
bring
we will
people
build it
like
together. Yep.
we should be. Yes, we will do
Thank
it
you
together.
so
Of
much.
course. All
Thank you
right?
so much,
All right.
Tamal. See you soon.
See you too.
All right. All right, guys. So that was the mystery man, Tamal. Oh, hello to my uncle Fred. Something about when I see those comments, it just make my heart smile. So I was wondering why it was silence whole night. Me ain't get no comment, but it just make my heart smile when I see the comments. So hello to you. Oh gosh, all your girl get you this evening and all tonight. All your girl get you. My dinner was sponsored by Katie Eastman McKenzie. All you can talk to me, and I eating healthy too. Yeah, now man, healthy burger this evening from Katie. Yeah, I don't know how to show off. You understand? Because my dinner was sponsored by Katie Eastman. Now let's study me. So we're gonna go into the segment, this new segment that we are about to introduce to you all right here on Live with JB. MIMS. Make it make sense. You understand? We need a lot of things to make sense right now. So we're going to merge into a safe talk into make it make sense, and make it all about safe zones opening up, from schools, boat tours, airlines, school, the ferry traveling, all of these different things like bars, banks, restaurants, even delivery services. Yeah, I understand. So now as the tourism sector opening up and more as time goes by, and the theme today is minding we own business. You understand? Catchy Wave will do this. Catchy Wave Solutions, sorry, will do this segment. So we're going to go right into that segment now, and we're going to bring. Oh, we ain't bringing out the big gun yet. Before I bring out the big gun and put it on all you know how to drop the video like it's hot.
In the post-COVID era, health and safety have become more crucial than ever. Many people shall continue to feel afraid and unsafe when venturing out in public. Everyone's safety and wellness is everybody's business. We're all in this together in these times. With this uppermost in mind, help reassure clients that adequate safety protocols are in place and being observed at your business with a video such as this one. Our innovative team of young, forward-thinking creators and experienced, reliable professionals is ready and willing to help your company connect with its employees and customers in dynamic ways. Digital display is one of the most impactful ways businesses in the 21st century can reach out to its stakeholders in these uncertain times. Research shows that video is the most engaging and memorable medium of conveying information. It's the wave of the future. Move into the new normal. Come catch the wave and stay safe.
All right, guys. So this is the time we're gonna pull out the biggest gun for the night now, man. We have to leave the big gun for last. So let me bring out Catchy Wave Marketing Director, Miss Lyons. Good evening, Miss Lyons.
And good evening to you, my precious JB, host of Live with JB.
I am
Thank
just
you for, as
loving that
always.
background.
So I'm in a different place, and because
Nice.
it's all about let's make it make sense. So thank you for having me. And just to give a little bit of an introduction, and I ask you, JB, to stay with me. You know some of the things that
Okay.
making sense and are not making sense. But just to say that you all know that is the our young people thing. Make it
Mm-hmm.
make sense is among the many slangs and the way they say it best when they want answers and they want to
Make it
be
make
on the
sense.
right side of life. And so, one of our missions here and our vision with Catch the Wave Solution is always staying in step with all our clients, regardless of their profile, regardless of the demographic. We are about staying connected. And so today is the start of this new segment that we are calling Make It Make Sense. And that sense, pun intended, SENSE, as well as cents, CENTS, dollars and cents.
Mm.
And that's why we're going to be talking about mining our business. And so today's segment really is based on the fact that Tobago is now poised to take a breath, to breathe again. But we want to do so safely and catch the wave. At Catch the Wave, we have been from the get go in 2020. We have been working with clients, one of our very first clients being a very prominent medical practice in Trinidad, to help them navigate and come reopen to some semblance of service, with some semblance of service to the clients. And so that's what we're here. We want to talk about let's breathe and let's have a refreshed Tobago. But just before I get into it and what we talk about, where Catch the Wave, along with those we are working with, it's all about creating a new economy in Tobago. And that we have been talking about as we work to develop our entrepreneurs. But we just want to add a little bit to it. And it's about keeping Tobago rich, keeping Tobago clean and green and serene. So it's about our commitment is preserving and promoting Tobago's assets, whether it's is its culture, its natural resources, food, businesses, its people, and that is where we are going to be centered. So in making it, let's say, make it make sense, is how do we navigate ourselves and help our clients to stay safe, to stay well, stay alive, and develop productive, successful businesses as we breathe. Most of us would have been feeling like we were waiting to exhale, and that exhale moment is coming to us. Most of us would have heard that come Monday, our beaches are now going to be open until 6 p.m. We have already started having flights back on the ground. International flights have resumed to the ANR Robinson International Airport. We had BA, the first coming in. Tomorrow marks the return of Virgin. They are going to be back on the soil here from tomorrow. So things are looking up. And what does it mean for us and for our businesses in Tobago? What does it mean for the individuals as we traverse the island? What does it mean for the small businesses? What does it mean for the larger businesses, the corporate institutions, as Tobago starts to serve and interact with more persons? And this is all about staying safe and well. And we would know as well, just to share and to put in context, some of the things before I jump into what I am about as the spokesperson and the host for this segment of Make It Make Sense. And just to put in our local dialect, we are going to make proper sense. Right? Whatever we do, we are going to make sense. And so starting with, for me, my background has been a lot in training, coaching, and facilitation in the development of human resources, what we call talent development, which is the new way we speak about it. And as well, I have been a career banker as well as a business owner for many, many years. I formally registered my business back in 2000, but here and now we have also started up the Catch the Wave Solutions, which is all about providing innovative solutions in this rapidly changing world and with all the disruptions. I have a passion for serving people. I get excited in dynamic situations. And of course, what I always share as well, along with a couple of my colleagues, my friends, my own personal mantra has been this time that we are in this pandemic is an exciting time because it's what we call a crisis that is not going to go to waste. Never let a good crisis go to waste. And so we are going to start in today's segment by simply giving a number of touch points that we all need to pay attention to as things begin to resume. So let's say, and I know JB would have mentioned, she spoke about the different types of businesses. So while we look at Focus on Tobago, our customer contact points are not only about the tourism sector. It's not only about the beaches opening and tours to the Buku Reef, etc. It's about movement of people in and out all spaces and places on the island. It's about as well, our schools are going to be reopening. So it's about our teachers, it's about our students, it's about our medical and frontline personnel who are going to be having more visits by more persons through whether it's emergencies, whether it's injuries, whether it is contracting of the COVID. And unfortunately for us, along with the reopening comes, guess who is in town? Full blown is Mr. Omicron, or is it Mrs. Omicron?
Tell me
And of course, according to the health professionals and our chief medical officer, Omicron has now overtaken the Delta virus, and it is the most common virus that is being found in tests being conducted. So I'm putting all that into context in that we must be aware of our environment if we are going to reopen our businesses and operate safely. We also, it is our role to make sure that our staff, or that's our employees, as well as our clients and customers, are informed and educated on how this new business approach is going to take place. So one of the things I will share with our entrepreneurs or businesses, big or small, is to have a plan. Have a reopening plan. Have a plan that takes into consideration what are all the moving parts? What are the risks? These new business risks, and we call it a risk. In business, all businesses carry risks. And there is no business that you will do that is free from risk. And I want to also ask, some of the risks that we have sometimes is a lot of the misinformation that is being touted around in the environment by persons who may have their own agendas or who may be ill-informed or be totally unaware of the facts as they stand. And so I'm saying this to see that where persons may be trying to discourage from taking on your business in small steps, sometimes that is the only way to achieving success. It's not about having the whole loaf. It's about sometimes half a loaf or quarter loaf is better than the entire loaf. So when I say have a plan, that plan will take into account what are the resources you have at your disposal that will allow you to reopen and start up your operations safely. That's your first point, because your first risk is about protecting life, your life firstly, and of course the lives of your family, your employees, and your customers. So the first risk we want to focus on in establishing our plan or safe plan is that risk of that we are going to stay safe. So that brings us to the point of what is the nature of your business and how do you stay safe? Simple. Now, my philosophy in sharing my knowledge is what I have coined the KISS principle. Keep it short and simple. KISS. Just always KISS. So keeping it short and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Know what your business is. What is your business? Are you a taxi operator? Are you a marine tour operator? Are you a hiker? Are you a natural environment, nature walk, nature tour? What are you? Who are you?
Yep.
Are you a restaurant operator? Are you simply The sweet hand cook who's selling down by the promenade? What's your business? So you first look at what your business is, and then you ask the question, who are my employees and workers, and who are my customers? And why do you do that? Simple. That is all about identifying all the persons in your space whose lives are important. Because guess what? Without you, there is no your business. So it's minding your business. Without your employees to work, you may not have your business. And without customers, you certainly have no business. So we're talking here about identifying what is your business and who are the people engaged in your business. And then your next step, of course, is simply to identify how often is it necessary to make contact with any or all of these persons. Why that simple question? Because in this pandemic era, the condition and the risk we are trying to avoid, that is the risk of dying, only gets to you through persons. Yes, I know the scientists are now abroad. They are now researching whether the virus has jumped back over into the animals and if we can also get spread from that. So that is an area that is being researched. But for the time being, and for us, we would want to stay clear of other persons unless it becomes necessary. And so this is where we come to your reopening to start serving your clients to generate business. And couple of the points that we take on board in doing this is first to examine, does your business fall under the public health regulations with respect to it being a mandatory safe zone? So do we know those businesses? What are those businesses? JB, you are minded. You know which businesses we call safe zones when we go to them. Those would be
bars,
restaurants and bars, right?
Yeah.
We keep talking some of the things that the Trinidad and Tobago government has been speaking about is whether we should make our public service offices, including, of course, which will be the divisions of the THE, should we create those as safe zones? But for all intents and purposes, as of this date, the safe zones under the public health regulations are your bars and restaurants. And what does that mean? That means that all and sundry working in the bar and the restaurant, all its customers certainly must be vaccinated and have their vaccination card on them.
Yep.
Workers can be exempted if they have the duly authorized exemption certificate under the public health regulations. And those spaces, those safe zones, so I'm speaking to the entrepreneurs, those of you who are operating your restaurants and your bars, you should have displayed the safe zone sign that you would have downloaded from the Ministry of Health website. So that's a point to take note. That safe zone notice signals to any patron coming into your establishment that it is mandatory that they have with them their fully vaccinated card, their vaccination card, showing that they have been fully vaccinated to come into and sit and be served in your establishment. Outside of that, if you are running a pickup service, then unvaccinated person can do the pickup for your service. That being said, it then tells you what kind of practices and processes and protocols you need to establish and to operationalize in your business. So that's one of the takeaways that we want to know. Are you a safe zone under the legislation, or are you going to create a safe working and service environment for your employees, for yourself, and for your clients, such as the school? So that being said, you will now look to see what are the protocols that we have all been schooled in to ensure we have a safe environment. And it starts with our personal hygiene. It then starts, and I'm going to ask for one break because my battery is a little low. So, JB, if you can just hold for me, let me just get
Sure.
back on my.
Okay. So I hope you all enjoying this beautiful and meaningful segment. Make it make sense. So, let me warm all you up while Miss Lions come back on. And Miss Lions is back. Timely, very, very timely. Oops. All right, she's back now. All right. She's drinking her water.
Drinking my water and minding my business. Thank you so much. So just on that point, and I'll wrap up because I'll just give some pointers today with respect to how do you, whether you are one of the mandatory legislated safe zones or if you are creating a safe working environment, just to give you some tips on what should go into your plan and your protocols for operating safely as more and more the Tobago market space reopens and opens up. And I'm saying that this is all, again, underscoring Catch the Waves commitment to working with our clients and stakeholders. And our commitment is about preserving and promoting Tobago's assets. So when we say preserving, we mean preserving life, preserving our heritage, preserving our customs, preserving our natural resources, our environment, protecting our environment so that Tobago can remain a thriving, healthy, attractive destination for our visitors to our beautiful, to experience all the beauty that Tobago has. So again, I'm going to just go through. So once you have determined the nature of your business, you will know what you are required to do. If you are a safe zone under the government's regulation, you must put in place, besides following your personal hygiene protocols of washing hands, having sanitizing your hands, wearing your mask once you are in a group and close to others, right? And of course, once you are in that close proximity, you of course try to maintain the 6 feet distance. You also need on a regular basis to check your employees to make sure they have no symptoms, no flu-like symptoms. That is where things like your temperature checks should be a standard procedure for employees turning up to work and for customers and patrons entering your establishment. So you can simply use your temperature check as part of your protocol added to the 3 W's. Yes? The other thing that is important in a number of other establishments, it is advisable now that we know the Omicron, that is one of the fastest spreading variants of the COVID-19, it is wise and useful to have a register of persons who are visiting your establishment. So if you have a restaurant, as your guests come in, there's no harm in registering them as they come in. And of course, that's a great customer service strategy, because you will also know them by name, which is a class practice in excellent service, that you call every customer by name. So the next thing that you will do, and that is a practice as well, that any business where persons are required to come in and transact business for any length of time and come into contact with your employees, their name, their contact number, their temperature taken at the time of entry, and any other pertinent contact information is advisable. So you need to establish a register or log of persons visiting your establishment to conduct business, above and beyond just dropping off a package or picking up a package and leaving. Okay. The next step, of course, in the reopening of your businesses with respect to ensuring that it's a safe environment is, as far as possible, you want to ensure that your premises, all your service areas are properly stocked with either hand washing facilities or hand sanitizing facilities, so that persons can rigidly and rigorously, and of course you can use, this is where Catch the Wave is here, you can do very lovely courtesy signs that will invite customers to use the products that you have available for keeping them safe and for using your facilities safely. And some of the other things, as I say, in just going over, is the whole question of, in your particular setting, if you are outside of the mandatory or legislated safe zone, that you put into place very rigorously testing or doing the temperature check of persons coming into your establishment and keeping a register. So I want to leave for today's session, I want to leave the takeaways of businesses as you reopen. And I want to speak particularly to some of our tourism operators or tour operators. It matters not that you are taking people out on a boat. You should maintain the same standards and protocols of sanitizing and keeping your surfaces, your hard surfaces, sanitized, having your clients, your guests sanitize their hands, wear masks once they are within close proximity to others, to each other, and of course, maintaining that communication with them and making sure that no one who has flu-like symptoms is part of your party that you are taking on the tour. So those are some tips that I would just want to say. The other important thing that I would share, an important question that you ask yourself almost at the start of every business day: do I need to be in contact with persons? Is it necessary? Or is this transaction, is this service that I'm providing, is it something that I can do virtually? Is this something I can do via the phone? Is this something that I can do via email? So you minimize and limit all unnecessary person-to-person contacts. So I don't know if anyone may have any questions that they may pop into the comments for JB, but I just want for today's segment to focus on your reopening steps, which should include some examination of the type of business you have, and of course, knowing where you fall, the category you fall in. Make sure there is a hefty fine if you are found, if you are under the legislation, if you are found breaching the legislation by having unvaccinated persons in your establishment, by having employees working who are not vaccinated and who do not have any proper exemptions. So I urge you The fines are $25,000, and plus the persons themselves will be fined. So those are just some pointers for us to remember as we open back up. Feel free. JB's services are available. She is there. She is a social media whiz. She knows how to assist clients, and how she provides her services to help you to set up your virtual platforms. Unnecessary person-to-person contact can be avoided, and you can still do exceptional business. I just want to holler out a couple people. There is a guy out of Castara, a fisherman. What he has done, he has his customer WhatsApp chat group. He puts up his photos of his catch for the day. Persons place their orders via WhatsApp. He packages it and they simply pick up. So any business that you do, you mind your business, you protect your business, and you keep your business safe. So I hope that is helpful in today's Make It Make Sense. And I don't know if JB has, let us avoid certain types of businesses, such as mass gathering, parties, and juve, and those kinds of party booked limes are currently unauthorized businesses. So too,
Yep.
sports have reopened, but sports such as having competitions where patrons are expected to attend are not yet approved or authorized to restart. So your business, know your business environment, and know the people in your business in order to stay safe. And I wish everyone all the best. To all my partners in the tourism sector in Tobago, those I've been working with, those I will continue to work with, and those new ones who can come on board. We are here to assist you, to help you document your plan, to help you set out your register, to make sure you have your safety protocols done, so that if God forbid that there is any reported case of COVID coming out of your business space, tracking and isolating persons who may have been in contact with such persons, it makes it easy. So this is not about giving you work or that is making it hard. These are just steps that will keep everyone safe. Don't let your guard down. Everyone stay safe. Everyone, let's breathe the refreshing breezes of Tobago as Tobago reopening. Stay safe, stay well, and I turn you back over to my dearest host, JB. Thank you, and let's make it
Thank you,
make
Miss
sense.
Lyons.
Let's show them. Do you have the video that
Yes, I
we
do.
don't want? What we don't want in Tobago. People,
Yep.
visitors, we welcome you, we love you, we're here to serve you. No Zessa parties, no man's land parties, no reef tour boat parties,
Yep.
no villa parties. That's off the red week. Staying in groups or services are available. You heard from Tamal. You heard we have hotshot mixologists. We do villa parties for 10 persons and less, or if you have the space where you can have persons in groups of no more than 10. So we're here for you to serve you. We're all in this together, and we shall all come out of it together. I love you all, and Catch the Wave is ready to serve. Our contact information will be provided on screen. You can get in touch with us. JB, let's show them this inappropriate.
Yes.
Let me make it make sense what we see in here. Thank you again.
Yeah.
And you know what coming from the boat when it is going on. BS16 on next junior ball
And this happened.
That's one.
Happened a week ago in Trinidad.
A few days, yeah. Could be a week,
few days ago.
And
That was
this one
Juve.
happened all year's night.
And
New
now we're
Year's
gonna look at.
morning, this one we're about to play.
So making that make sense. Let's look at what happened. A number of our elderly folks have been contracting COVID and have ended up at the hospital and worse. Because what invariably happens out of that scene, to make it make sense, is that those persons do live at homes, many of which are occupied by elderly people. And guess what? Most of them will never let on that they were at such a gathering, no mask, whining and jamming and up close and personal with people,
Mhm.
and the virus gets home. I have had a number of friends, a number of professionals too in Trinidad, some very senior people in some senior posts, and they have confided in me that their children did bring the virus home to them. Thank God those I've spoken to, they are all vaccinated. And so, but they admitted that it was their children who brought the virus, their young adults who brought the virus home to them. So I'm just urging people that while we know we are all have cabin fever, we feel locked down, we feel that we look at the beauty of the outdoors, we look at, but make it make sense. Yeah. Thank you so much, JB.
You're welcome, Miss Lyons.
Next week, same time, same
All right,
place.
same place. You don't know. All right, guys. Also, to add to what Miss Lyons was saying, they were after all those zest parties that we're trying to make it make sense. These were the consequences of some of them as well. Look them. Put on, sit on, charge, lock up, no mask, half naked, all kind of drama. Yes, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Believe it or not. That's when the police catch up with them after this. So let me make it make sense now, man. You understand? So what a beautiful segment. And next week we coming out. Be careful. Make sure you are not caught by JB doing anything inappropriate out there. Wear your mask, watch your distance, wash your hands, and don't gather. So, guys, this is where we have come to the end of our beautiful show. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of you who have been here every day, all week supporting Live with JB. You understand? Miss Julia Matthews, you big up your whole self. Always in front of the class, we sharing, liking, and we sharing the live over and over. Right now, you're beating a lot of them. Nobody really want to give a competition, but Bego Wire gave some competition last week, and I hope, and Miss Anita as well. So I hope this week others give you some competition and share the live as well. So thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Miss Cheryl, one question to you though. I am missing someone. Someone is missing in action. Someone very dear to this heart here. Did you all left him in Dubai? When I see him, when I see him on my comments today, where is my mentor, Mr. Wizard of Oz? Please let him know he's missing in action. Uncle Fred, I love you. Have a good night. Miss Jessica, Miss Sharon, Miss Aline, Miss Lyons, um, Miss Donna. You understand? Big up all yourself. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the continued love, the continued support, and hey, that faithful dedication of support. Big up all your whole self. Also, all you know, all your girl food, all your girl dinner downstairs in a vehicle waiting on Shane. All I have to do is go down and collect it. Dinner tonight, courtesy no other than Katie Eastman Mackenzie. The best, the most healthiest food you could eat. You understand? Oh, okay, cool. So before we close, I want to bring back out Miss Lyons because she walked out with some big guns. But she forget to show all of the big guns. So let me bring she back out to show all of these big guns. Let me bring she out because she had some production to show all of, so they're gonna know what to get, what to buy, and you know. Let me bring on Miss Lyons. Hello, Miss Lyons.
Hi. Hi, JB. So you can close the show, and while the show is closing with your music, I'll just show so that persons can have an idea the range of things you can put in your place for reopening. We will cover it in detail in the next segment, but just to show you from the number of different sanitizers. I have a whole range of sanitizers, a ton load of sanitizers, all different kinds.
I go drink water and mind my business.
Hang on, Miss Lyons.
Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Let me see the hand sanitizers.
So you have hand sanitizer. You have hand sanitizer. You have hand sanitizer. Right? Hand sanitizer. Of course, you have thermometers. You can have your handheld thermometers. Okay? Of course, you can have your atomizer spray to sanitize your entire space. You can use beep. You can use beep. You can use Lysol.
What is this?
You can use you have Clorox wipes, and I'm not advertising for anyone, eh? I'm not. So you have Clorox wipes. You also have Lysol wipes.
You need to pay me a visit. It's a nice bag. Thanks.
You have rubbing alcohol in your spray bottle. And you can
Miss
have,
Donna
of course,
asked me the
your
drugstore.
paper towel so that you can dispose of it. Right? Once you use it and you wipe, you can dispose of it.
What is this?
And then, of course, you have a range of masks. So it's advisable that you do double masking now. You have the K95, which is the best, which is like this type. This is like N95 mask. This too is an N95 mask, if you can see it. And then you have a range of other types of masks. And of course you have your soap. You could even have blue soap. You have blue soap. You have your hand soap. Just get soap and wash your hands with soap and water. Yes. And then of course you have various types of masks that you can add. So you have this type of mask that you can put on, which covers your nose and mouth. You have this type of mask that you can use. And it's advisable that with all those masks, you use your N95 mask to go with it. I do have other types of masks, but you just need, once you follow these things to protect yourself, so you get your sanitizers and you put them in strategic locations. If you have a restaurant, you put a bottle of sanitizer on each table, and you also can have personalized. You can have a small bottle that you can give away to each of your clients as a gift. So, again, I want to say,
Miss Sharon say COVID go afraid you.
I'm just showing you all the things. So,
I love it.
Use them well, use them wisely, stay safe, stay safe.
So Miss Lyons, just before you go, could I be the first sampler of those things?
I'll make
Just
sure.
remember where I
I'll
left
make
that.
sure. Actually, I just got a good friend of mine. She knows how I'm very particular, so she shipped some stuff to me just to make sure that I have all these things.
Yes, I would have my goodie bag.
So we have these up. So I just want to urge everybody, make it fun, make it happy. If you want to, you can put your logo, put happy faces on your mask. So you can get the N95 mask, and then you can have a nice cloth mask. That's a fun mask that you make it. You put pretty faces, you put a smile, you put your logo. Make it happy as we welcome our visitors and our employees back to work in a safe, and I underscore safe environment. Do not let your guard down.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So you're welcome, Miss Lions, and we shall meet on the other side tomorrow for this goodie bag. I love you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we have come to the end of a beautiful show and a first time newborn segment. Make it make sense. So we love all of you all. Please be safe. Please be safe. If you're not safe, then I wouldn't have you, and I need you here. You understand, Miss Arlene? My cheerleader. All the way she gone to California now. Please be safe out there. I don't have a replacement of you. Miss Lyons, I love you. Y'all have a good night, everybody. Uncle Fred, I love you too. Miss Donna, Miss Sharon, Miss Sharon, Miss Cheryl. I love you all. You all have a good night. And hey, thank you to those of you all who always view my VJB, but probably don't know how to comment and so on, but they'll view it very quietly. Thank you all so much for the continued support and the love for your bad. Have a good evening and goodbye. My delivery girl is downstairs. Katie Eastman. I'm going to have my dinner. Have a good night, everyone.
I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Who me? I don't watch people, man. I looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people things. I's a queen. I have my own king. Have some of them that stalk the most, like they know it all. Ask them how they get their Gucci purse. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and them can't be friends. I fight the battle and Jah give me health and strength. Now it's we. That can't be English, that has to be French. Have some of them that stalk the most, like they know it all. But if the ground water slip and I fall, it's them so go I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and you are no beef. I's the police and you is the thief. The people you think is your friend, them only there cause you have money to spend. Have some of them that stalk the most, like they know it all. But when your head hot and can't see your way, who you that's call? I go drink water and